Our today's guest is someone who works at the intersection of mind, society, and the truths we avoid. She helps children who are misunderstood, women who are silently burning out, and families navigating realities we rarely talk about. She is an RCI licensed neurodiversity and psychological care specialist professional, PhD scholar, and consultant with Cloud9 Hospital and Muthu Akhe Welfare Foundation, a specialist in neurodiversity, autism, and ADHD, and women's mental health with a deep expertise and evidence based on her real life therapies. Jigyasa, welcome to this podcast.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Yes, so I am so thankful to you to invite me here. Okay, and it is such a great opportunity because I have been listening to few of your podcast, and that has been wonderful experience actually.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jigyasa. So, before we get started, Jigyasa, I would really like to know uh, if you can give us little history, as you know, how did you get started on this journey? What truly inspired you to work on this, uh, a kind of a work you're doing right now with special kids, so on and so forth. If you could give us little background.
Thank you so much for asking this. So my journey has started with very basic trigger that women and children we do not have our own representation. बच्चों का तो definitely we don't get, but the women also. So for example, you do work with women a lot, and you must have seen कि हमारे पास जितना हम हैं हमारा percentage है in the democracy, we do not have the kind of representation. Plus, mental health is something which everyone focuses on the major psychosis part. करेक्ट डिमेंशिया हो गया बड़े बड़े दूसरे इश्यूज हो गए बट व्हेन यू कम टू द बेसिक साइको सोशल इश्यूज विच एक्चुअली लीड टू ऑल दीज मेजर प्रॉब्लम्स उन पे कोई ध्यान नहीं देता है तो दिस वाज माय ट्रिगर टू कम एंड स्टार्ट वर्किंग विद women psychosocial health and the neurodivergent population. Neurodivergence, because it's, I think it's very important to tap in the early time. Early detection helps a lot in the management part.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you for sharing that. So, the next question I have for you is, why do so many intelligent, high performing women discover they have ADHD only after burnout or motherhood? We would really like to understand from you.
Well, thank you again for this question, Anuradha, because honestly, no one is asking this, and it's so important
Yeah.
कि इतना बड़ा जो गैप हो रहा है वो किस कारण है. So, see, when we see the system and when we talk about women of today, we are basically talking about children of yesterday. So, जब वो स्कूल में थे, imagine there was no NEP present, no other standardized methods were there, and the school was rewarding roto method. The reward system was very different. What was appreciated out of women and especially girl child in school was very different expectation. So women are very good in masking. This is one thing which we actually follow in a lot of our assessments. By longitudinal studies, this is very much proven that women don't fall into the hyperactive bracket, they fall into the inattentive. Now, this inattentiveness usually can be masked by, say, people might call it tantrums, mood swings, PMSing, and नहीं बस वो लड़की है तो ठीक है छोड़ दो उसका तो मूड ऐसे ही रहता है. This inattentiveness can be represented in a different way when we see the social structure or the way women are seen. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि pointing them that they might fall into the neurodevelopment bracket becomes very rare. Initially it was, now it's थोड़ा बहुत ठीक हो रहा है, but still we are not tapping on those. So once you get into the motherhood or see high functioning तो ऐसा है कि if you have a lack somewhere you compensate, and women are beautifully, they're expert in this
Absolutely.
multitasking,
Yes.
correct? So when they have lack somewhere they compensate it with something very better. So in a structured way, when motherhood comes, when adulthood comes, see, adulthood is not a very rosy journey. It is where your honeymoon period with life ends. So you see a lot of scaffolding ending, your emotional dysregulations, your burdens, your daily life activities, which is a dynamic anyways, and you have societal pressure, you have pressure to work. Nowadays women are working and they are super high functioning. So
True.
once all this cushion goes, and the stress comes, that is where, yes, then they come to realize, okay, this might be something related to my neurodevelopmental issues.
Great, great. Thank you for sharing that in such a beautiful way. So, with this, my next question to you is, if autism and ADHD are neurotypes, not disorders, then why does our education system treat neurodivergent children like a problems to be fixed?
Okay, so it is again my one of my favorite questions to answer. So let's take it in a way what standardized process means. If you call a population normal, तो और and then you call जो दूसरा population है abnormal, तो वो क्या होता है? तो you have a bell curve, right? So
Yeah.
50% of the population if falls into this bell curve, they will make it an average. और जो इधर fall हुआ वो भी abnormal है, इधर fall हुआ standard deviation की वो भी abnormal है. So this is how the basic, जब हम जनसंख्या के ऊपर देखते हैं, this is how it basically it works, the logic of
Yes.
bell curve. Now tomorrow, if 50% of people start becoming bald, so baldness will become an average, correct? So they will be the standard people, जिनके पास बाल होंगे, they will be the abnormal ones. So this is how it works.
Yeah.
Now, school is designed for your sustained attention, your compliance, and your linear processing, your auditory instructions. This is how the classroom goes in the basic level, धरातल पे.
True.
तो बच्चा स्कूल जाता है, तो हम उसको सिखा क्या रहे हैं? हम उसको वो दे रहे हैं विच दोस more than 50% स्टैंडर्ड पॉपुलेशन काम कर पाती है. बट अगर हम ये बेसिक जो हम लीनियर इक्वेशन जो हम मान के चल रहे हैं, अगर ये हम निकाल दें, तो then it's just learning, right? Let's focus on the result. It's just learning. You just have to tweak out your methods, and that's it. You have it in your hand.
Great, great, great. Loving this conversation. So the next question I have for you is, what emotional cost do good girls and high functioning women pay for masking their struggles for years?
Okay, this is again a very super handpicked question. A lot of people usually dwell in the technicalities, but I think ये basic बहुत एक और one point है where we shouldn't miss. See, it's like chronic self surveillance which they get into. Now, when you are aware there is something lacking inside, correct? And but what are the society's expectations from you? वो जो एक गैप होता है ना, यू ट्राई एंड ब्रिज दैट गैप. एंड देयर इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ काल इन साइकोलॉजी कि आपका जो रियल सेल्फ है और आपका जो एक्सपेक्टेड सेल्फ है. सो योर एक्सपेक्टेड सेल्फ और एक आपका रियल सेल्फ, उन दोनों में जितना गैप होगा ना, आपका स्ट्रेस उतना ही बढ़ता जाएगा. जैसे जैसे गैप बढ़ रहा है, आपका स्ट्रेस बढ़ रहा है. सो एंड दिस इज अ बेसिक फिजियोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस. इट हैज नथिंग टू डू विद न्यूरोडेवलपमेंटल. Now, good girls masking it follows this generalization across. कोई अगर neurodevelopmental population में fall करता है, उनके लिए भी, and the normal population as well. So once you start being that good girl, what is expected out of you, that gap, right? Real self and ideal self, it starts becoming little broader in that perspective. And then psychological toll is your identity diffusion, then your somatic symptoms, somatic complaints, and once somatic complaints follow, it never stops. वो चलते ही जाता है ट्रेल जैसा. हेडेक होना स्टार्ट हुआ, कुछ और चीजें, पेट दर्द, unidentified. Then your emotional exhaustion is one thing. Then your other say autoimmune issues keep following. So ladies को autoimmune issues बहुत होते हैं basically for this thing, and it starts usually with hair fall or alopecia areata or skin lesion somewhere, psoriasis. And then for endocrine system, usually you might see a lot of say insulin sensitivity से start हो जाएगा, and it might lead to something else. So this is how the pattern follows, and this is the cost of being the good girl for the society, not for yourself.
So then what is your message here for the women who are trying to be good, right? And they are going through this kind of sensations in their body. What is that message? How can they rectify that?
Okay, so first let's all come to this point. There is nothing called good and bad. It's all depends upon the side of the table you're sitting in. आपके लिए आज कुछ गुड है, कल किसी और मतलब सी गुड, आपका गुड और सामने वाले का गुड विल नेवर बी वन. जो आज आपके लिए गुड है, हो सकता है कल ना हो. सो इट्स अ डायनामिक थिंग. तो हम उसको स्टैंडर्डाइज करके रखना हमको बंद कर देना चाहिए अक्रॉस एवरीवन. तो जो सोसाइटी ने जो मेजर्स ले रखे हैं, आई थिंक वी टेक देम टू सीरियसली इन इंडिया एंड वी रियली लिव बाय. We need to reduce it a little. And once you get that understanding, and this is how you need to download in your daughters, your nieces, you have to tell them that, okay, this suits you, right? Let's just be morally correct and let's not get into something which society really rejects on the legal perspective. Rest, I think we should be able to make our own decisions with parental guidance or बाकी छोटी छोटी चीजें, but it has to come from a family, and I think women needs to download it to the girls and the younger generation.
Absolutely. Beautifully you said. Yeah. All right. So the next question I have for you is from your clinical work,
Hmm.
what looks like laziness or attitude problems but is actually a neurodivergence?
Okay, so this comes a lot from corporate,
Mhm.
especially yes, the people themselves come and then they are like, okay, there is a gap, right? मुझे कुछ तो है, मुझे नहीं पता, I cannot point my finger on it, but there is something which is not working here. Now, when you see, for example, to take initiation in any of the situation, this is something which neurodivergent person might never do. So you might see it as procrastination, पर हो सकता है कि ये mild autism हो. Then when you see sensitivity, no lack of sensitivity towards time, usually we call it time blindness in ADHD. So they actually cannot get hang of the time, और आप जब उसको देखोगे ना कि सामने, सो आपको ऐसा लगेगा ये क्या है, इसको कुछ याद नहीं रहता है, शी इज नॉट टाइम पे ऑफिस नहीं आ पा रही है, या जो मैं काम दे रहा हूँ कर नहीं पा रही है, वी हैड मीटिंग एंड शी मिस्ड, एंड बट ट्रस्ट मी, देयर इज अ गुड चांस दिस माइट बी टाइम ब्लाइंडनेस rather than just ignorance or being casual about the work. Then there are a lot of other symptoms as well, like your sensory shutdown. So a lot of people cannot process all those sensory load. हमारे senses हैं, and we like SpongeBob, so we keep absorbing everything is happening, right?
Yeah,
It's
yes.
all learning, and there is no unlearning. We are never
Mm.
taught to unlearn. So when all this happens, there is a overload, especially with the neurodevelopment population. They usually shut ears या एक कोने में जाके बैठ जाएंगे. Otherwise, they need to have that break, even if they have been habitual, to mask their behaviors. Still they need to take the time off to cool down, to calm down कि ठीक है, okay, होता है, this is a normal thing and I need to cope up with it. So these are the few behaviors which might be neurodevelopmental issues and not related to actually what it appears to be or what we label them.
So is there any age that, in a certain age people start having this kind of symptoms or whatever it is?
Okay, so we follow DSM as our Bible, and this diagnostic manual does have specific age given as the age of onset.
Hmm.
So usually, but the point here comes in, if you haven't caught the issue in the age of onset, then what?
Hmm.
Because it's a dynamic thing. See, a neurodevelopment, a neuro brain is also growing every day, just like our brain is going, right? So growth तो हो रही है, so that process becomes very dynamic. Today the child is doing something, थोड़े time में उसकी adaptive functioning change होगी, but it's going to turn into what dimension and how, we cannot assess just by sitting here. So there are age criterias given, but no, you can get diagnosed anytime. There is a possibility that it has been missed, or you must be missing the symptoms.
Right. All right. So the next question I have for you is, uh, why do girls with autism or ADHD go unnoticed while boys are diagnosed early, and how does that impact their adult relationships?
Okay, so the first thing, especially in ADHD, you will not find most of the girls falling into the bracket or being diagnosed because they will never be referred. They know social compliance like back of their hands. They are very, very brilliant in that, starting from the very beginning of the age. The social thing, which is, by nature, it is in us. So it makes us very resilient to be diagnosed. But जो impact कर रहा है internal system, that is there. So with boys, the ratio is usually 3:1. If I have a class, my 3 boys के comparison में, I could only diagnose or catch hold of the symptoms in one girl. But when you become an adult, the ratio surprisingly becomes 1:1. So we spoke about it, right? The adulthood not being the rosy picture and the end of honeymoon period.
Yes.
Yes. So that is where we both comes to terms at the same level actually in life. Life treats everyone equal once you get into adulthood. Now, Can you please come again with a follow-up question? We have been talking so much, I missed on it.
All right. So my question to you was that why do girls with autism or ADHD go unnoticed while boys are diagnosed early? And how does that impact their adult relationships? Yeah.
See, in adult relationship, the way ADHD representation comes in the symptom and it appears in children is very different how it actually appears in adults. So the processing, the everything else, including masking, social conformity, everything changes in a very different fashion once you grow up. Probably the same thing. The not able to get hold of time is one thing. So if when you get into a relationship, so there would be a lot of mismatched things. See, there is a standard process to give your 100% or input in a relationship, right? One, two, three, four, top 4 5 points. You have to be committed, you have to show up, you have to be involved, and so on. Now, when you talk about ADHD, they might have a lot of self-doubt, self-questioning. They might not show up at time. They might not be involved. हो सकता है आपने उनको कुछ चीज बोली and the person just forgets it. So this, when it comes to interpersonal relationships, especially where you have to continuously keep giving inputs, the socials and the marriage part, relationship, right? Blood relationships पे तो वो चल जाता है,
Yes.
but हाँ, yes, the outside, yes, that is where it starts taking the toll. और आपको ये सब चीजें बहुत बार the neural population जो है उनकी relationships काफी hampered होती हैं and काफी ad hoc is the word. So there is no system there. It's all ad hoc, because if there is a person who is negative on neurodevelopmental issues and there is a person who's positive, so that gap is always there. It usually does not end very great until unless your partner understands कि ठीक है, you are going through these things and ये चीज आपके, these are part of you. ये कभी क्योर, ये कभी ठीक, या कभी इनको सेपरेट नहीं कर पाएंगे आपसे. So that understanding is very much important in marriage.
So true, so true. So with this, is modern hustle culture neurological unsafe for neurodivergent mind, especially for the women out there?
See, hustle culture definitely puts extra stress on you.
Yeah.
So let's be very realistic. Yes. Can you give me a minute? I'll just have water. I'll population. So the hustle basically puts stress on everybody there, whether you're positive, you're negative, whichever bracket you fall. It's tough, right? So when you talk about constant productivity, it basically contributes to your cortisol levels. So the cortisol will be elevated all the time, and your HPX dysregulation would be there. So when you talk about all this, your sleep issues comes, your emotional flooding comes. So all this problem comes with neurodevelopmental population as well. But yes, the impact and the management, this is where it changes. When we talk about risk of burnout in which is very higher in ADHD than the other normal populations. So the management part is something which yes, which is different.
All right. So what happens psychologically to a woman who spends her entire life regulating others' emotion but never her own?
Okay, so let me be very frank about it. A lot of women do that. So it's not something which is very unique. I think every woman is doing that. But especially when we are talking about both of the populations. So see, the emotional expressions is one thing which changes now. The resentment part, which comes into picture. There is a very possible vulnerability of the somatic complaints or the diseases happening. So all this comes, and when you talk about psychology, so your loss of all the different points in life, your hyper vigilance, तो उसके साथ में होता है आपके arousal issues, sleep issues. So all that, yes, follows, and you know it, right? When you are empty yourself, you cannot keep filling others for that.
Absolutely.
That is, yes.
All right. So Jigyasa, I'm having a quick rapid fire questions for you, and I want you to answer rapidly. All right. So the very first question I have for you is one mental health myth that you wish you could delete from the internet forever.
Mental health myth. Okay, so trust me, there is no one thing, but if I really want this, तो सबसे पहली चीज कि there are it's not a myth, it's more of a understanding that okay, you have a certain concern. Reach to the right population, reach to the right person, right professional who can actually address your issue. हम लोग बहुत बार, there is no parking system, so whenever you are coming to a psychologist, you need to know कि आपको कहाँ जाना है, क्योंकि अभी भी in our system parking वाला जो bridge gap करता है ना, जो gap bridge करता है, sorry, so we don't have that system in place.
All right. Uh, if emotional boundaries were taught in school, what do you think? Which age should it start?
Emotional boundaries. Okay, so we do have these developmental brackets according to Piaget देख लो, according to Erikson देख लो, psychosocial देख लो. So in this, जहाँ पर भी बच्चे का egocentrism खत्म होने लगता है, चाइल्ड थोड़ा और देखने लगता है, लिटिल बियॉन्ड द एक्चुअल रियलिटी जो उसके आंखों के सामने, वहां से आपको इमोशनल रेगुलेशन स्टार्ट कर देना चाहिए, बिकॉज चाइल्ड इज इनफ केपेबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द पीओवी ऑफ द अदर पर्सन.
All right. The other question I have for you is the most misunderstood emotion in women.
I think the most misunderstood emotion is when they still carry some burden, some responsibilities where they are not supposed to. So this emotion which they feel connectedness with, the belongingness, they overexert it always with every single woman. It's by nature, and I think this really needs to be regularized, not changed, regularized.
All right. One sentence people say that instantly tells you that they are emotionally exhausted.
Their pullback, anything related to their pullback, and but they are not okay with it. That is where I understand that there is a good gap and good dysregulation.
All
They are
right.
not happy with themselves also.
Great. One sign someone needs rest, not motivation, irrespective of any gender.
Lack of creativity in the ideas. The moment it comes, you need to understand if that not the performance, the creativity part.
All right. So, Jigyasa, we know you as a expert, right, in your own field. What is that one hobby that you really like to do when you're off your work?
This thing I have picked up ऑफ लेट. आई यूज टू डू, हम सब लोग करते हैं बट हम लोग ध्यान नहीं दे पाते, दैट योर फिजियोलॉजी इज वेरी मच कनेक्टेड विद योर न्यूरल एक्टिविटी. अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स हम बस सोचते हैं ना ठीक है कुछ नहीं होता, दिमाग के लिए एक अलग एक एक्सरसाइज कर ली, शरीर के लिए एक अलग कर ली, बट नो. सो आई गो ऑन, आई यूज टू बी अ जुडोका, आई स्टिल प्ले. So I go do grappling and then I go and play badminton. These two things, including swimming also. So these things really put you in a reward cycle. When you see yourself winning, right? छोटे छोटे wins. नहीं, मुझे तो कुछ बड़ा नहीं चाहिए लाइफ में, मुझे छोटा छोटा चाहिए, which is my own goals. So this is something which connects your neural activity with your physiology and takes you long way. So yeah, this is like an apple for your psychological issues.
Awesome. Thank you for answering those questions, Jigyasa. We still have few questions, and I want you to answer them. So,
Yes.
in neurodivergent children, what exactly signs do parents miss because the child is well behaved or quiet?
Okay, so I would like to first catch hold of this word quiet. So there is no children who's quiet, trust me. वो हो सकता है कि आप लोग के सामने हो, थोड़ा कंडीशनिंग हो, फैमिली एनवायरनमेंट हो, बट नो, देयर इज नो चाइल्ड विच कैन बी क्वाइट 24/7, क्योंकि उनकी सी इट्स लाइक 2 साल तक उनके दिमाग में अंदर ना विस्फोट हो रहा होता है आइडियाज का, न्यूरॉन्स का. तो वो जो चीज है वो छुपा नहीं सकते हो आप बॉडी से. अगर बच्चा कुछ समय के लिए शांत है, बट वंस यू लीव देम इन सम जिम which has mental and physical activities like funky monkey और 2-4 और play gyms हैं, they will not be quiet, trust me. You even that quiet child you will see doing something, correct? क्योंकि वो डेवलपमेंटल माइलस्टोन फेस ही ऐसे हैं. दिस इज हाउ ह्यूमंस आर स्ट्रक्चर्ड. सो वंस यू सी अ चाइल्ड हु इज क्वाइट अक्रॉस द सिस्टम, कुछ भी हो जाए, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द एज ऑफ जब बच्चा माँ की गोद में होता है और रोता है, तो जब हम दूध पिलाने वाले टाइम भी, रात को अगर बच्चा रोकर दूध नहीं मांग रहा है, सो देयर इज अ सेइंग, राइट, बच्चा रोता नहीं है तो माँ दूध नहीं पिलाती. हाँ, सो दिस इज सो दिस कि यू द चाइल्ड हैज टू क्राई. अगर बच्चा नहीं रो रहा, माँ को परेशान नहीं कर रहा है, देयर हैज टू बी समथिंग रॉन्ग विद इट। तो रात को अगर आपका बच्चा दूध नहीं मांग रहा है, आपसे बॉन्ड, मतलब दैट इज बेसिकली योर सेंस ऑफ बॉन्डिंग, राइट, बिलोंगिंगनेस। मैं माँ की गोदी में हूँ, मैं सिक्योर हूँ, तो मतलब उसमें सेंस ऑफ सिक्योरिटी की भी जरूरत नहीं है। सो यूजुअली दिस वी इज अ रेड फ्लैग फॉर ऑटिज्म। अगर बच्चा सोशल कनेक्शन ही नहीं बना पा रहा है, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द पेरेंट्स, करेक्ट, जिनके थ्रू वो आया है, सो इट्स अ वेरी बिग रेड फ्लैग वी सी। एंड उसके बाद इफ द चाइल्ड हैज सर्टेन गेस्चर्स, अगर बच्चा क्वाइट भी है, क्वाइटली प्ले कर रहा है, बट उसकी आईज अगर आपकी आईज के साथ मूव नहीं कर रही, करेक्ट, मैं जैसे आपको देखती हूँ, आई नो व्हाट यू आर टॉकिंग, आई नो व्हाट आई नीड टू कन्वे।
Yes.
बच्चों में है ना, यू विल सी किड्स 2 year ऑफ एज ऐसे करके खड़े रहेंगे, समथिंग, हाँ। सो ऑल दोज थिंग्स, अगर ये आपको छोटे छोटे पॉइंट्स नहीं दिख रहे हैं, कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ बॉडी लैंग्वेज, दिस इज अ रेड फ्लैग। अनदर, देयर इज नो शेयर्ड प्ले, बच्चा क्वाइट है, करेक्ट, पर किसी एक इंसान से तो वो बॉन्ड करता है, टॉयज के साथ खेलता है, अगर वहां पर भी देयर इज नो बॉडी लैंग्वेज कम्युनिकेशन इवन विद द टॉयज, बस एक दो चीज ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है और उसी में लगा रहता है, दैट इज अगेन योर रेड फ्लैग। स्कूल में फ्रेंड्स ना होना, एंगर आउटबर्स्ट होना, एंगर आउटबर्स्ट 2 से 3 एंगर आउटबर्स्ट के एपिसोड वेयर सोशल और डिसिप्लिन बहुत ही बुरी तरह इग्नोर किया गया हो। और अपोजिशन, ओडीडी, अपोजिशनल डिफाइंड, हम यूजुअली देखते हैं जहाँ पे अथॉरिटी फिगर्स के अगेंस्ट बच्चा हमेशा आर्ग्यू करता रहेगा। सो यूल फाइंड सच चिल्ड्रन, राइट, बट दैट हैज टू बी जनरलाइज्ड अक्रॉस। सो वंस यू फाइंड दीज कि वो हर जगह सेम पैटर्न फॉलो कर रहे हैं, विजिट अ डेवलपमेंटल पीडियाट्रिशियन और अ साइकोलॉजिस्ट।
All right. Okay. So the next question I have for you is, why does emotional intelligence in women get praised publicly but exploited privately?
Okay, because caregiver labor is something which is invisible there, and women in high emotional attunement, they mediate conflicts. They won't come to you pinpointing something, right? They usually are the sponge bob of all the emotional tensions they have. वो ऐसा कहते हैं ना कि घर में if you place a woman, a lot of times things get sorted for the whole family. So this comes from there. They can anticipate your needs and they will always be there to deliver. So the reward comes as she's so mature, right? And it starts with the expectation from the very beginning. 15 साल 16 साल, once you go through puberty, that's what you are rewarded with. So if you get into that reward cycle, see, the consequences becomes no boundaries, because not for you, for others, because others won't have any boundary system with you, and you will be overstepped at every time if you just keep giving. So outside, of course, you know that you are achieving something and you're doing, and these people are high functioning. There are a lot of people who might not be doing very well personally in interpersonal relationship, but they are the high functioning women. अगर किसी भी लेडी जो भी एक अच्छी पोस्ट पे आप उनको उठा लो, देयर वुड बी समथिंग इन देयर इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स, राइट, but they are doing excellent outside. So this expectation mismatch and the system disparity, I think this is the reason that the emotional intelligence without any structural power, it becomes that, unpaid regulated work.
Great. All right. So the next question I have for you is, if a woman listening today, right, suspects she's neurodivergent but feels scared or guilty about it, what is that one truth she needs to hear right now from you?
First, there was nothing to be guilty about. जब भी ऐसा लगे that you feel that guilt, बस मेरा वो एक्शन ऐसे देख लेना, there is a bell curve बेटा, and that bell curve is only made or used to structure the system. Democracies, governments, policies, हर चीज यहीं से आती है, और ये bell curve is dedicated to the average population. Just because you fall into the other category, that doesn't mean that you need to have that guilt of the expectation which is being expected out of the average population. So सबसे पहले चीज तो ये चीज समझ लो कि जो expectation है, this is not from you. People have still not understood you. तो वो एक्सपेक्टेशन कैसे सेट करेंगे जब वो आपको समझ ही नहीं पाए हैं? सो ये जो स्टैंडर्डाइज एक्सपेक्टेशंस है, ये उस पॉपुलेशन के लिए है, नॉट फॉर यू. सो स्टार्टिंग from there, start sharing what you can do, what you cannot. Be very realistic about your goals and deliveries as well. And once you know कि ठीक है, ये मेरे पैरामीटर्स हैं, है ना, हम जब भी वाटर कलर करते हैं तो एक पेरिफेरी क्रिएट कर लेते हैं ना, तो इट्स वेरी इजी टू डू,
Yeah.
राइट। अगर आप फ्री फ्लो में करते हैं तो वो बाहर जाता है, इधर उधर चला जाता है। सो माई ओनली सजेशन इज कि अगर यू रियली वॉन्ट टू मेक इट स्ट्रक्चर्ड, गैदर इन्फॉर्मेशन, असेस योर सेल्फ एंड मेक एन इन्फॉर्म डिसीजन कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ क्या नहीं, एंड स्टिक टू इट, लिव बाय योर ओन रियलिटी प्रिंसिपल्स।
All right. So, the last question I have for you is, if you could correct one dangerous belief that Indians have about mental health today, what would it be and why is it so harmful?
First, okay, so again, there's no one thing. Indian belief system has not been exposed to the vulnerabilities of the psychological distress, and the psychological distress is your daily life.
Yeah.
है ना, आप पेरेंटल अब्यूज को डिसिप्लिन बोल देते हो, बट दैट थिन लाइन, करेक्ट, वो जब एडल्टहुड में जाकर बच्चा वापस आता है कि मैं क्यों एक खराब पेरेंट हूँ, मैंने अपने बच्चे को पे क्यों हाथ उठा दिया, मैं अपनी बीवी को ठीक से क्यों ट्रीट नहीं कर रहा हूँ, व्हाई डू आई हैव दिस सेंस ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी टुवर्ड्स माय ओन वाइफ, कि मैंने ही एक वाइफ पिक करी थी हु इज वर्किंग, हु इज हाई अचीविंग, और मुझे चाहिए थी, बट नाउ व्हाई आई एम नॉट एबल टू डील विद द सेम एनवायरनमेंट जो मैंने एक्सपेक्ट करके खुद बनाया है। सो ये एक ऐसी चीज है दैट वी कीप normalizing trauma tolerance, marital abuse endurances, then suppression of a lot of symptoms. Indians are super high in somatic issues, super high. Trust me, from starting from your basic headache, your vision issues, your obesity, endocrine disorders, we fall into the, we are achievers here also.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
plus one more thing, which is late help seeking. So when you talk about all these things, agar कोई issue है, so find someone, right? There is a demand and there is a supply. Match it, and which is very important. Normalize going to doctors. जैसे हम अपने दांत दर्द, कान दर्द, खांसी सर्दी के लिए जाते हैं, एक बार जाके पूछ लो. Just try it. I always do it, and I have this consultation sessions where you just come and try. We are not taking you for therapy, we are not diagnosing, we are not doing anything. There is a very simple thing which is called catharsis, which is based on the principles of social belongingness and connectedness. हर इंसान को चाहिए, हम बोलते हैं ना social animal. So accept it and start doing it. So this survival mode is not Indians personality trait, it is very basic conditioning. We never try to get out of this cocoon. We're like, ठीक है, जो भी हम हैं, we feel proud of it, correct, but we need to, that small Kaizen process from Japanese, we need to pick it even from psychological perspective.
Great, great. Thank you for sharing that, Jigyasa. So before we wrap up this conversation today, the kind of a work you're doing right now, would you really like to highlight to people who are listening us? I'm not sure where they are in their life right now, what's happening in their life. The only fact is how they can connect with people like you. And what message would you like to share with all of them?
Yeah, there is a supply of professionals, honestly, and there are. If you do not have a great support system with you, and you do think there is something which might be wrong, if it is not working your way, do seek help. A lot of issues we get even with younger children is self-harm, right? And only because there is no one ever told them, okay, theek hai, one breakup is okay. If you got heartbroken, that's okay. If you failed, that's okay. Infertility issues, when infertility issues में मैंने और भी एक चीज देखी है, एक्चुअली प्रोग्नोसिस बेटर होता है व्हेन दे आर नॉट लिविंग विद इन लॉज, एंड आई थिंक दिस इज अ वेरी बिग मार्कर कि फैमिली का स्ट्रेस कितना ज्यादा हो सकता है.
Yes, yeah.
So the kind of work we do, we are very open for all the women. We do take in POXO cases as well. We do sexual assaults, we do take in rape cases. So these are well, ये तो एक अलग ही dimension हो गया, that there is a lot to talk about that as well. But yes, not right now. We are very focused on women and neuro development. तो हमारे पास हर तरह के cases आते हैं, and see, you have this one life, right? Why not experience this also as your YOLO? Take care of yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well said, well said. All right, thank you so much for being here today. It was fun having you here. Got a lot of insights, trust me when I say this. And I'm sure people who are going to listen to our podcast, they might get a lot of insights, a lot of awareness. with the knowledge and information you have shared today. So, wishing you all the very best.
Thank you so much, Anuradha. The questions were actually, thank you so much for the questions. क्योंकि if you wouldn't have thrown all this towards me तो शायद मैं उतने अच्छे से रिप्लाई नहीं कर पाती और मैं काफ़ी टेक्निकल और जो मैं हमेशा सोचती हूँ वही बताती. बट yes, I think we have covered a lot in the perspective of people जो सुनना चाहेंगे.
Absolutely. Thank you once again. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my podcast and share it with your friends and family. One woman at a time. I'm on a mission to build a community of a thriving women. Thank you very much for taking your time to listening to this podcast, and I'll see you in the next show. Now go out there and do something that truly inspires you.